Hello, guys. This is Aldo here with the Star Bars Brothers. This is second video in English. Thank you for being here today. We have a lot of things to talk about, right? And thank you for being with us. Thank you for subscribe, right? I was thinking a lot about what we're gonna say today, and I have a few things on my mind. Important things, of course. Now, let's start from the very beginning. According to the Gnostics believers, right, or the Gnostic files, we were created by an entity called the Demiurge or the Yaldabaoth or Samael. Those are the common names that we have for that entity. Because there was a book from John from the Bible, the one of the 12 guys, right? Apostles, maybe, right? And what happens is that after Jesus Christ uh, dies in the cross, right? After the crucifixion, um, as you know, he comes to life again, right? Resuscitation, right? And after that, well, nobody knows what happens, right? So according to the writings, that he just mm, fly to the heaven and that's it, right? But there's a few mm, hidden books, right? Hidden books. One of those is the John Apocryphus, right? That it says that in Spanish is like the Fariseos. No? In Spanish is Fariseos. In English, I don't have the right word for that. But the thing here, he asked Juan, what is going on? You say that your God is, it was forever. And he asked so a few hard questions, right? I mean, the regular questions that we have when we have something, a character like that, like Jesus between us. And he asked, what is going on? Where does the Father come from? Where is it right now? What is going on with that? And John started feeling a little bit sad about that. And he went to a place and he was completely alone and started to think about that and feel a little bit frustrated about the questions that that person asked, the Pharisee, right? So suddenly appears an image of an old man. Then that image becomes like a little boy, and then finally he was converted to um, Jesus, the real Jesus, the same Jesus he knows, right? And he knows that John was very sad for those questions. I mean, those are legit questions that everybody should have an answer. If we believe in Jesus, well, at least we need to know where he come from, who is the Father, you know that. And he answered that everything starts with the in the pleroma, or with the monad, right? The pleroma, it was like the real heaven, where everything is good, everything it was calm, everything was perfect. So this real God is the monad, in Spanish, the monada, la monada, right? Or the original source. So he explained to John that everything becomes from that person or that entity or that deity or that God. That is the real God. And he created a lot of eons or angels. We can say angels as well, or we can say another gods, right? And those gods are the eons, all right? And the eons were made in two, one masculine and one feminine. And he created like six or seven. Well, I remember quite well, but the thing here is that he created those eons. And one of the eons, it was Sophia, that means knowledge, right? And that person or that eon, that person creates, he wanna do something, she wanna do, be like God and create something like the God creates themselves, the eons, but without the masculine part, just on her own, all right? And he create a, an entity that is called the mirror, all right? And this God, well, it was not a God. It's some kind of like some type of God, right? Because he has a lot of power as well. But he was not the real God, and he was like, let's put it this way, it was a monster, right? And this monster, um, this monster is started to do a lot of things. He was fired from the pleroma, and he don't know anything about nothing. He started to believe that he was the real God, so he started to doing some stuff, and he created the matter. He created the universe and the matter. All right? And one of the creations was the the human as well. All right. Well, first of all, he creates the universe, the planets, the sun, whatever you, right? Everything that is in front of you that you see with your eyes. And he created as well the angels, well, or fallen angels in this case. And according to those writings, that book, the John Apocrypha of John, he created 200 fallen angels. And they come to the earth, to planet Earth, and they start doing a lot of things, right? And they start to do a lot of temples and this and that. And thus, to my understanding, now that I'm matching things between the book of Enoch and the book of John, the healing book of John, we start to matching things, and the puzzle is becoming to get better, right? Complete. Well, this is a theory, right? Because we don't know for sure. But the thing here is that these angels come to the earth. They were here before apparently, and they create the human being, the humans. All right. Or I mean, the demiurges create the humans. All right. So the human, it was created, and when the human was created, we have like a little spark from the divinity, a divine spark that is in the humans. That even if we are here, we're souls on a body, we are the temple of the Holy Spirit right now. Now it makes sense, right? The Holy Spirit is part of the monad, and we're here right now, and we are now living this life, this 3D world, this physical world. And there's a lot of writings about that. There are actually songs. There are actually a few songs about that. We are spirits in the material world, right? The thing here is that we live in this literal, and let's put it that way, this way, this little prison, right? The body is a prison for the mind, for the soul. And here in this world, we have uh, feelings, right? Feelings, good feelings and bad feelings. Good feelings like love, right? Like compassion, like the feeling that we need to help, to be useful for all other persons. But also there are bad feelings, or uh, like envy is very common, rage, what else? Desire, greed. A lot of problems in the world happens because of that. And there's a theory that those are not real feelings from us. They are manipulated by these beings. There are those uh, angels, fallen angels, that are controlling our spirit, or trying to control the spirit. So there's people that they are completely free, right? I think like the monks maybe, or something like that. But those feelings are not real. That's why in the previous video I say that it's not normal that we have wars. It's not normal that we trying to look in to affect any other person. Those are thoughts that we have inserted in our brains by these entities. They are called the archons. All right, so the archons are doing all that. They're making us feel that way. All right. And not only that, the thing here is that, like we say before, we are in reality part of the source. We are part of the main God, right? The monad. And since we are part of the monad, we have a lot of potential, a lot of power that is inside of us, but we don't know how to handle that. We don't know how to use that because nobody explains us. You know, that is the problem, that nobody explains us. And that's why we commit a lot of mistakes. We do a lot of things wrong because there's no one there to explain us how to perform, how to work, how to do this or that. And that's a big issue sometimes. All right. Now, this world is controlled by those entities. All right. That's why we don't have a chance to see our full potential, because there's a lot of things that are blocking us, all those powers, right? For example, the TV, uh, what else? The water. A lot of people say that it has floor, and the floor is blocking our pineal gland. That is the one that it connects us to the universe, and it's calcified just because we drink water with fluor, and also the toothpaste, and also the we will live in a little cube, right? And the cube is made by the culture that we have around, the people that lives with us, the teachers, the traditions. Everything is made to uh, block all those powers that we have in our minds, and that is very sad, honestly. And I have a theory. It's like Superman with kryptonite, right? The kryptonite blocks Superman to do a lot of things. So everything around us make us like Superman with kryptonite. So that is a theory that I have, that everything is made to block all these powers, to maintain a boundary between the real you and the you that you are in at this point. And a lot of people knows how to unlock those powers, all right, but just a few, not everybody. So it's a very good deal for them, because they're feeding of our emotions, bad emotions, apparently, or bad feelings. All this lush is what we feed, what feeds these archons, right? Now, in this case, it's just like that. There was in DC Comics, they made some movies, right? Cartoon movies from Superman. There was a one that he has the green eyes because it was kryptonite. It was living like a human now. After that, because this bad character, I don't remember the name, the villain. It was, I remember his face, but I don't remember the name. But he injects some kryptonite on the body, and instead of flying, instead of having super strength and super speed, he was just like a little person, like a regular human. So that is exactly what we're suffering right now. Everything is completely designed, exclusively designed to keep us on that boundary, to keep us that way. All right. So, mm, like the beer, the cigarettes, the drugs, right? The TV, the water, the toothpaste, the culture, the religion, even the religion, everything is made up to control us, to put us on a block, on a cube. And this cube is blocking us to uh, blossom, right? To shine like the sun. So imagine yourself as a part of the moment, as a little God or God itself that is experiencing human life. But everything is blocked by these type of entities. You name it, all that I say before, all these bad things that are blocking our minds, blocking our brains, blocking our capabilities, blocking our body. Everything is exclusively made to keep God's on a little circle or little cube, right? So everything is made to maintain us in that place. So that is a big problem. That's what it is right now. So there's a way to unlock all those powers, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in the future. But right now, this is the message for today. Hopefully, you enjoyed the video. Hopefully, you can share. You know how to speak in English. Perfect. Probably you understand me completely 100% fine. And I'm going to do that as well in Spanish. All right. So everybody around me can know about what I'm talking about. But I choose English, like I said, because it's the most famous language, it's the most talked language in the world. And I'm here to explain you guys and to let you know that I know about, a little bit about this, and hopefully I can understand more so I can share the good news with everybody. But at the end of the day, the solution of this problem is to be united, okay? In my exercise videos, my calisthenic videos, I put right there that we need to be the association of united life forms in planet Earth. That means that we need to be united. Every single life form in this planet needs to be united so we can keep the human being and all the living things in the world as we are, in a better way. Because we should have a paradise here, you know. We should be in a paradise, and something is stopping us to be in that paradise. All right. So thank you guys. We're gonna explain this in Spanish a little more, uh, and we're gonna try to continue with these videos so we can, start thinking a little bit out of the box, out of this cube that we are in right now, inside. Right, you know, we're in a prison that is this little cubes. This little cube is made by our thoughts, by our culture, by our religion, by our school, by our friends, family. All this is making this cube, all this is making all these boundaries. Instead of being free, instead of thinking about doing something else, we live in a little cube. We need to work for money. We need to work to be healthy if we want to have a surgery or something, we need to pay for that. So it's not good. It's not fair in reality, because there's going to be people that they can do that, and there's going to be people they can't. So it's not fair for the human people. It's not fair for the life forms that we have here. So hopefully we can do something about that, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to find a way. So thank you for being with us. Thank you for staying with me, and have a good one. A good night, guys. Peace for everybody. Love each other. Love is the key, guys. Remember about that. Thank you, guys. See you another time.